The guys over at Pitaka sent me the Case 3 and the Case 3 Pro over a month ago now for my iPhone 14 Pro, a lot of pros. Okay, so the main question is going to be, are these cases actually good enough to sway me away from my beloved D-brand grip? So they did not just send me the cases themselves, but also some accessories to go with them. So we will talk about them too. So I've been using these two, switching between them over the last month. And quite frankly, they have both their upsides and also their downsides. So let's actually start with the Pro. The Pro was the one that I was initially looking at because it's quite similar to the D-brand grip with the bulkiness and the overall size. The grip is actually more grippy. It has this nice nano texture on the sides. But the Case 3 Pro has a way slimmer design compared to the grip. Like, sure, it's still bulky. It still has a few millimeters that it adds to the phone itself. Then again, if you want to be super safe, you need to pack on a bit of millimeters. And the Case 3 Pro has for sure got some protection. With the overall design, it has this nice soft finish, which to be honest, I really like to the touch. It has like this kind of like premium feel to it. But there's one thing that I absolutely hate about this finish, and that's the fingerprints. Actually, both of these cases have problems with the fingerprints. They're massive, especially with my oily hands. I get those fingerprints on there all the time. But to be honest, just after a couple of days, I got used to it and stopped caring. So when we look at the protection of this case, it has this nice lip going around the screen, which is maybe like 0.5 millimeter thick, and it just nicely protects the screen when you just slam it onto a desk or you're just used to putting your phone down on different surfaces. It's a nice way of reducing the scratches you get to your screen protector or your actual screen itself. Then I really have to give praise to Pitaka for making the buttons feel like they're not even there. Like truly, this is one of the best experiences I had on a case when it comes to like actual clickability of the buttons, because it feels like almost if your phone wasn't wearing a case at all. The cutout for the notification button is actually quite on the small side, but it suits the design of the case. Like, thank God I have still like really thin fingers, but compared to my D-brand grip, it's literally a bit smaller. Also, when we turn around the phone to the back side, you have this nice sloping rim that goes to the camera cutout. This, in my opinion, is one of the best designs I've seen for a camera ring, because if something slides over your phone, it's just going to go over because of the slope. One strange occurrence that I had with the Case 3 Pro is that it started peeling off on the upper right corner just after the first few days. It's most likely due to the large amount of sun exposure I put this through during the first few days, since it finally started being hot outside and I just left the case for hours upon end on the bright sunlight. So that might be a reason why this occurred. So I'm not really sure if just my circumstances caused this or if there's just some special layer that's just going to peel off over time, but this shouldn't be the case because I've never found anyone online having complained about this problem. Okay, so let's move on from the Case 3 Pro to the Case 3. And to be honest with you, I didn't think I would like this case as much as I do right now. Because from the beginning, I wrote it off completely right after the unboxing because I thought that, oh, it's just way too thin for my phone. But let me actually put the phone in it so you can see it. So as you can see, I put my 14 Pro in it and it barely looks like it has a case on. And this is the thing I was worried about because I thought that, oh, it doesn't look like it has much protection, so it's not gonna be protected. But let me tell you, I dropped this with this case a couple of times and there are literally no scratches at all. I was mainly worried about those scratches since there are no protection of the buttons as well as no protection from the top or the bottom. And I thought that, oh, this is way too risky for my phone being in this case because it's just gonna get scratched up and it's gonna look bad on the videos. And after a solid week of just using this case alone, I didn't find any scratch marks. Mostly because I think that Pitaka actually thought about this and they positioned the covers that actually protect the phone in the right places so that scratches would be minimal. And I do really like the design of this case. I actually prefer the design over, like, for example, the Case 3 Pro or the D-brand grip because it's so thin and it gives this nice feeling in the hand when you just have a naked iPhone. Like one day when I make it, I'm probably gonna be wearing my phone without a case. But till then, this is probably the best option I have on the market. And one cool party trick that I found out accidentally while showing this case to my friends is that when you bend it, you actually hear the crackles of the amaranth fiber in it. And you might be probably asking yourself, what is this amaranth fiber that you are mentioning? And this is exactly what I was asking myself. I was quite curious about this and I did a little bit of Google research on what's the difference between amaranth fiber and carbon fiber because they sound almost like the same and they have pretty much the same texture on the back of the cases. So let me quote Google on this. Amaranth fiber is tough, whereas carbon fiber is brittle. Furthermore, amaranth fiber is less strong, but carbon fiber is extremely strong. So I looked into this way more specifically than just some Google research, and I actually learned about the molecular structure, and we can talk about how it's made and things like this, but there's truly just some beauty and simplicity, so I will just tell you, it's good stuff. Also, at the beginning, I mentioned some of the accessories that Pitaka sent me with the cases, and to be honest with you, I didn't use these two. The only thing that I was using the whole time was the car mount, because it was really useful when just putting my phone on it and then playing songs or just navigating when in the car without having to look away from the road. And in terms of these two, I didn't find a use for the wallet because, to be honest, I don't trust it enough. Like, don't get me wrong, it really nicely sticks to the cases, it really just holds tight, but I just don't trust it. I'm one of those people. And in terms of the grip, it was quite cool for the first couple of days when I had a thing to just put my finger through and hold my phone through it, but it became really annoying. And I ended up just using it as a stand for my phone when, for example, watching something, or rather when doing some workouts and needing a stand for a timer so I can see it all the time. So in conclusion, I think if you are looking for cases with minimalist designs, the Case 3 and the Case 3 Pro are definitely great options to look at. Actually, especially now, if you are looking at this at around the time when the video comes up, there's the Amazon Prime Day sale that Pitaka have. And they have lots of discounts from all across their products, but the most important ones, these cases, their best sellers, are going up to 50% off. So if you're interested, this is a good time as ever to check them out. So make sure to check out some of the affiliate links I have in the description, linking you to all of their products, and I can maybe finally be a bowler and just rock the 14 Pro without a case. Also, to answer the question that we had from the beginning, am I going to continue using the D brand grip, or am I going to switch to one of the Pitaka cases? Well, to be honest with you, I'm probably going to be sticking with the D brand grip for half of my time. When I know that I'm going to go out and need a lot of protection with a thick boy, then I'm going to be choosing the D brand grip. But when I know that I'm just wanting to be slick and make my phone look really good, like for example for these videos, then I'm going to go for the Pitaka 3 Pro, because I'm quite frankly still scared to use the Case 3 for its lack of scratch protection. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.